Hey, welcome to the WK Burnouts studio. I am Christina.
And I'm Dustin.
Alan, behind the scenes, does not have his stuff together.
Oh, yeah. He's getting there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's shaking up.
Dustin.
Yes.
The other day, I am in my office and I hear one of our advisors ask a customer for their wheel locking Lug Nut Key.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh.
And because the customer did not know, and I thought, here we go.
Well, this is pretty important.
Yes.
A lot of people might not remember having to deal with this in the past. And that's because in the past, many years ago, most of our cars had, 16-inch steel wheels on them and nobody really cared to steal them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people with aftermarket wheels would have these things called locking lug nuts. And so you've got, 5 lug nuts on your wheel. They'll take one off of each hub and put a lug nut on there that has like a special head on it that takes a keyed tool to get off, or you can cut it off or use various other tools to destroy it to get it off. They've invented those tools because a lot of people lose their locking lug nut key.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, with all the 22-inch wheels, all that stuff, lots of cars from the factory have a locking lug nut on each corner. And the traditional place to keep that is in your glove box, the place that anywhere in the world you go to get your oil changed and tires rotated, they will look in your glove box for the locking lug nut key, unless you set it on the seat for them. And this is a pretty big concern on a used car that you buy.
Yeah.
You should, under all circumstances, make sure that you get the correct locking lug nut key with the used car you buy, because a lot of people lose those. And it's not like you can just pop into the dealership and give them your VIN number and, hey, here's the locking lug nut key for you. Because then people just get your VIN number and then steal your wheels. You get it? So, they don't have it at AutoZone. They don't have it at O'Reilly's. You can't just put it in an order form and get it. Or a thief would just put it in an order form and get the key to all the, vehicles that they want, to all the wheels, right? So it's really important to have before something goes wrong.
Yeah.
If you think about situations, some people like to take the owner's manual and all the paperwork out of their glove box.
Right.
So they have that space to, put gloves and stuff or something.
In a glove
or napkins.
box.
Yeah, exactly. Don't take your locking lug nut key out. And they think, hey, feller, I'm smart. I know what I'm doing. Every time I bring my car in for an oil change, I get the key off of the shelf here and I bring it in. Yeah, what if you get a flat tire, bud?
Yeah, the shelf at home. You're talking about if you leave it in
on
your
the shelf
garage
at home.
or
Yeah,
something.
in the garage. Yeah, I want my napkins in there. Yeah, you get a flat tire. Great. Roadside assistance comes even. You don't have to change that tire yourself. Roadside assistance gets there and they say, hey, dude, what are we going to do?
Where's your locking lug
still
nut?
Don't have a car to drive. Okay, roadside assistance gets you towed to the dealership. Then it takes a number of hours and quite a bit of money to cut each one of those locks off of your wheels. There's different ways that they do it so they don't damage the wheel. But it's not like it's just, hey, just get the special tool out and No, there's different situations that take a lot more time, and it can be pretty costly.
And that's something that I didn't ever look for or pay attention to and I've had a lot of vehicles, you know, but when I got the Chrysler, went in for the oil change, for the oil change, tires rotated, and Rock's like, where's your locking lug nut? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. And he's like, can't you just rotate the tire? What is the big deal? He's like, no, there should have been in your glove box. And I have no idea. I may have taken it out because I'm going through and cleaning stuff, and like, what is this? Why would Rock put that in my glove box?
So while we're saying this, Alan is surely going to superimpose a dancing locking lug nut key here on the table or something. He's been doing that stuff. But we want to show you some examples of it's usually in the same kind of little plastic, like heavy duty plastic bag. And it'll just be a little thing that the that the socket goes on and it has, maybe a pattern to it or something that goes in on the lug nut.
Yeah.
But it's really important.
Yeah.
Can't stress enough how, you'll have that usually on the invoice or the window sticker of your new car, because they force it when you order, upgraded wheels with a new vehicle. It's
Makes
like, hey,
sense.
you're getting locking lug nuts. Why? Because you're going to need them.
Yeah. And, thinking about that now, when I heard that customer, say that or ask that, I was like, it's been a while. And you know what? I didn't even go out and check in my car, but I need to. As soon as we get done recording this, I'm going to go check and make sure I have that in my.
Do you do that?
Apparently we do. I do, because nobody's said anything to me.
Yeah,
however,
yeah.
It is something that I thought, I bet a lot of people aren't aware of that, or they don't think about it till someone asks, or they're in a situation where they need it. And that's almost important. I know an owner's manual is very important to you because you read through it. But you should definitely check your glove box.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going to buy a vehicle.
Yeah. And we haven't talked about this before, but I mean, that's a major thing to look at on a used car. I mean, some people have got the luck, some people don't. Some people buy a nice used car and 2 days later have a blowout. Yeah. Stuff happens.
It happens. Yeah.
But if you want that to be just a little bit less terrible on you, just make sure that whenever you're looking at a used vehicle, if you look at the lug nuts, if there's one that's different on every corner, make sure that there's a key in the glove box.
Yeah. And it's not like a key, like it doesn't look like a house key or a vehicle key.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's like it goes like on a socket.
Yeah, you put it on the end of the impact, and then it's got like a little. Sometimes they're all different patterns, of course, so it wouldn't be a random
unique
key. People be able to come up with it pretty easy. So they're unique, and they're not the same from one vehicle to the other. Again, because it'd still be easy to steal wheels with the big guy's got a kit with like 6 of them in there. He's like, I can do any Escalade, Tahoe, or Suburban. No. That doesn't work that way. So really important thing to look for. Yep. And surprisingly, you got to bring this up. Some people don't realize the rate at which, wheels get stolen these days. I mean, whole cars still get stolen frequently. People think, well, with all this technology, nobody even steals cars anymore. Bull.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. Because there's a huge marketplace, Facebook for merchandise like this. And, with these wheels, the market has, there are a lot of takeoffs, they call them. So somebody buys a really nice SUV with 22s on it. They're going to upgrade. They upgrade their wheels, trade in the old ones. And these places, little tire shops or the individuals are selling wheels all the time. Right. So it's really frequent to see. It's not that it would be a surprise. Hey, I got a set of 22s for $1,200. Cool. That sounds like what somebody would get for them. Right. There's also a pretty good chance that they came off, your neighbor's truck 2 nights before or something. If you didn't have locking lug nuts. It's just too easy for people to turn and burn nice late model aftermarket wheels because there's so much stuff that it'll go on. Yeah. So you look at like Suburbans, Tahoes, Escalades, those will go on every pickup. You have like a little regular cab pickup truck with steel wheels on it. Boom, you got some 22s. So really, they're very frequently, stolen and change hands and float around on the marketplace. So don't think just because you're not in Houston or Philadelphia or any of those other fine cities, Chicago. I don't know where stuff gets stolen. I don't know. Stuff gets stolen everywhere. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. I mean, as soon as you hear this, go check your glove box. Yes, check your glove box. Yeah. That's the first place to look. A lot of times on newer vehicles, there's an even bigger center console, like with a divider, and some places put them down there because it's just more space than in the glove box. Yeah. So but make sure you have it. If you don't start the process on getting it before you go in for your oil change, before you go in, and to get it, contact the dealership. And we'll be able to go through the steps to figure out if it's a OEM, wheel lock, et cetera, and to get you the correct key that you need. Got it. So they can they've bought a pre-owned vehicle from us and then go out and look and say it's a Toyota. Should they call us
our service department or our parts department, or should they reach out to Toyota?
Yeah. Well, I think any vehicle that you got from us, you should contact us and we'll take care of it for you.
Got it.
Don't want to be an inconvenience in that aspect. We're usually really good. Everything that comes through goes through the shop, and those guys are really good to notice. Hey, things like no front license plate bracket. If the vehicle came from out of state, we preemptively put that on there because you're probably going to need it. We're Missouri. We use 2 plates. Right. So same kind of deal with that. But yeah, if it's anything that you got from us, just come back to us, no matter the maker or model.
Yeah.
But if it's a vehicle you got, anywhere else, a GM vehicle or of course Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, we're here to help.
Yep.
So
perfect. We just thought that'd be a good little tip.
There's just some things that keep us up at night. And one of those is worrying about and your wheel lock key. So
sometimes
we want you to have it. That can ruin your day. We want everybody to have a good day.
Yeah.
It makes us have a good day.
That poor lady, she's like, I don't even know what that is or where, and so it was just a hassle for her, and it just made me think, good little tidbit.
Yep, for sure.
Perfect.
Good stuff to share.
Yeah.
Straight hot off the presses of the WK Burnouts printing press.
Alan, did you know you're gonna
yeah, we're gonna start a printing press out in the other room.
Yep.
The weekly publication there too. Sorry, Al. Sorry about your weekend, man.
Poor Alan. Poor Alan. Well, guys, if you found this, entertaining and informative, please give us a like. Yeah. Share with friends, family. Just because you know what we're talking about doesn't mean that your neighbor doesn't, or your friends and family on Facebook.
Yeah. So, share the knowledge.
Definitely. Yeah. So, anyways, we appreciate everyone's support, and we will cruise on by and pick you up next week. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
This has been a WK Burnouts production.